سامع. وشط dead. وشط dead. وشط dead, all dead. What the fuck? Alright, the dead zone can leave a huge impact on the controller that you probably guys don't know. Alright, so in this video we're gonna speak about the topic of the dead zone, on how it will leave an impact on your controller and what is the suitable dead zone that you must choose on this video. Alright, so yo, what's up guys, it's your boy OmarSMS and this is Wheeeze esports channel. We upload guide videos and support all the community for Apex and other games. We also actually do some highlights videos if you guys want to see our gameplays and enjoy them. So let me jump straight to the video, guys. If you guys new to the channel, drop a like and subscribe to the channel to support our channel. So let's start with this video. Alright, we're gonna be uploading daily videos, guys, so stay tuned. Now let's speak about the dead zone, guys. I've seen a lot of people messing with the dead zone in a way that it should not be that way, and I want to really speak about it, by the way. First of all, let's speak about dead zone. What is dead zone? Dead zone is how much pressure you should how much you put the pressure on the analog. So let's show you right here an experience with dead zone. So let's put this the highest dead zone. So if you guys want to experience what dead zone is and know more, you have to put it to the highest and see how this will affect you. So if you put this to the highest, you're gonna notice that when you move your aim right here, when you move your analog, look at this, it doesn't move. Okay, it barely moves. Look, that it doesn't move, then it moves. If you push it like that, it doesn't move. If you push it more, it doesn't move, then it's gonna move. So it needs like more pressure because it's not gonna move immediately, and that's what dead zone is. Some people don't know what some people think that response curve is the same as dead zone, but no. If you put the response curve to the highest, for example, you're gonna notice even if you barely push the analog, it's gonna move. Look at it, it's moving. Okay, but the difference is it's just harder to move, harder to perform on the screen. All right, it's gonna feel like thicker. So for example, like the analog is gonna feel heavier. That's how response curve is. But on the dead zone, it's not gonna feel heavier. It's just gonna take time to respond on the screen, and that's the difference. Okay, so yeah, this is what dead zone is, and this is what response curve is. So let's speak now about dead zone. What is the dead zone, or what is the suitable dead zone for you, and how much benefit it gives you? Now, reading the dead zone right here is called size of the inner range in which SIG input will not be registered smaller and is generally better, as we said. Okay, so as more input allows for final control. Now you can read smaller is generally better as more input allows for final control. So yeah, why is smaller better? So let's say you have this on high. It's gonna take time to perform on the screen. So that means every input you do, every move you do is not gonna perform on the screen. So you're gonna be messing up a lot. While if you have it smaller, then every single input, every single move you do is gonna perform on the screen, which will cause that your muscle memory understand the settings that you have right here down. So if you guys have this smaller dead zone, then the muscle memory is gonna understand more these settings down. Instead of having high dead zone, if you have high dead zone, then these settings down are not gonna feel the same. They're gonna feel different. So your muscle memory is gonna mess up a little bit, not just a little bit, too much. So when is dead zone too much, and when you're gonna use high dead zone or smaller dead zone? Let's speak about it. So if you want to change dead zone, of course you have to look at the response curve, because if you guys have a low dead zone and low response curve, then you're gonna have a lot of tick drift. And also if you have low dead zone and low response curve, you're gonna have a lot of messy aim. It's not gonna move as you want. The aim is gonna be very smooth that you cannot even control. So we're speaking about like a flower. If you hold a flower from down, the flower is gonna fall, for example. If that's the kind of flower that is very smooth, that is like that, you guys understand what I mean. If it's a like really hard flower, for example, or if you're holding a pencil from down, it's gonna stay the same the way it is. Okay, but we don't need a pencil, we need in the middle. We need something that can move barely and you can control it. So how does this works? So let's say an example. Okay, where we have here low dead zone, low response curve, and we have here low dead zone. So Anything above 5 dead zone is bad. Okay, that's me giving you a tip from the first of the video. Anything above 5 dead zone is bad. 5 dead zone is the highest one you can go, and I really don't like 5 dead zone, but you can use it. It's playable and it's not bad. Okay, but anything above 5 is gonna be very, very bad. Okay, it's gonna affect your muscle memory. So from 5 to down you're gonna go. So let's talk about response curve to dead zone. What is the best dead zone for each response curve? So let's say if you're using a classic response curve, like example the maximum, but here the classic, the default one, I really recommend no dead zone. You don't really need dead zone at all. Really guys, you don't need dead zone at all, because you're using already a full response curve. It's gonna take time already. Why you wanna it's gonna feel like it's less responsive. Why you wanna make dead zone more effective to this? You have already the highest pressure of the analog. Why you want the dead zone to affect more? So I always recommend 0 dead zone with this. Now if you have this around 7, less than classic a little bit, you can keep it 0. You're gonna have a little bit of stick drift, but it's still playable and it's still perfect. I'm telling you, it's gonna be perfect. But if you guys still are facing problems with it, and I recommend a 3% dead zone, which is 1 tick. Now yes, 1 tick is gonna have no more stick drift. It's gonna feel perfect for everything and still feel good. If you guys wanna go 5%, it's gonna be a problem. I don't like 5% with 7, so I recommend 3 is the maximum for 7. Now let's say you go to 5, even less, I recommend a 3 dead zone. Now some people might play on 0, but will have a lot of stick drift, a lot, and I mean a lot, and some tiny disadvantages, while it have its own advantages where you can track and aim very good, but you will have some disadvantages that will mess you up. So I recommend a 3% on 5. Now anything down under 5 should be 3%. Okay, now if you go to 0, which is 0 minimum, you can go to minimum 3%, but I recommend to use a 4. If you guys don't know how to use a 4, it's not by using the arrows right here. It's gonna use this. So you barely just press X and just move barely like that. You're gonna have a 4. Oh wait. Okay, you're gonna have a 4%, which feels the perfect one for 0. But yeah, I can tell you guys, 3 is the minimal and 4 is the perfect one, and 5 is also good for this one. So that's why 0 can have all the dead zone you need, but you don't need a 0 dead zone. You cannot play 0 dead zone, 0 response curve. You can, but it's gonna be a little bit of a problem, a big problem, not a little bit. So yeah, that's it for now. So that's how we're gonna speak about this guy. That's all what we're gonna speak about dead zone. Now what is the perfect dead zone for you? What if you are that kind of player that plays a high dead zone, for example 5%, and you really like the 5%? Why do you need it? Now some people controllers are different than the others. Now if we speak about Jim Borton's controller, if you guys know Jim Borton, he uses a scuff. So a scuff controller can have its own dead zone, so we really don't know how much dead zone he used in the controller. Or let's say an example, Nikon controller, if you guys heard about it, any kind of controller or normal controller. There's the default controller that I have, and there's also controllers that are slim, for example. But like also some people like me, I use the Galaxy control flicks, which I always recommend. Galaxy control flicks need a really small dead zone, because you already have it high and it's already smooth, so you really don't need a dead zone to mess with this up. Okay, so yeah, that's why I always recommend a higher stick drifts, higher drifts, higher sticks, sorry, for the analogs. So yeah, that's me speaking about the dead zone guide. There's nothing more to speak about. What is the perfect dead zone for you? This is the question that most people are looking for right now. The perfect dead zone for you guys is the ones I mentioned, and also the way you play. So if you guys like to put more pressure, or you play Call of Duty before like this, you can see that dead zone is a bit good for you. But if you guys are the classic players and they really don't need to play linear, also they really need to play classic, and they need also to have no recoil, then please put dead zone low. If you guys can manage recoil whatever settings you put, and you're perfect with the recoil, you can put dead zone, it doesn't matter, and you can remove it. If you remove it and feel there's a bit problem, then just put it. Okay, that's not a big problem for you. So How does dead zone affect your aim? Now, if you aim with high dead zone, you're gonna have higher aim assist a little bit. Now, that's because the analog is taking much time to move, which is hard. So when you move, it's gonna be straight forward to the enemy. If you have a low dead zone, which is 0, the aim is gonna be moving like this, as we mentioned, as a flower, as a tiny flower, and that will be a problem for you. But also the good thing is that you're gonna be more controllable. So what you gonna use, guys? What do you want? To be more controlling, having more accuracy, more tracking, or more aim assist advantage? What are you looking for? Now, in my opinion, as Omar, I always recommend you guys to find the tracking better than aim assist, because aim assist can come with the tracking if you guys got used to it. But yeah, aim assist is very huge with the dead zone, which is a high dead zone. It's gonna be a very good aim assist, but you really don't need the aim assist, because if you have high dead zone, then the first shots are gonna be the ones that you're landing, but you're probably gonna miss the last bullets. Okay, and that's a problem. We care about the last bullets. When you have low dead zone, you're probably gonna just miss you're gonna land, miss in the beginning, but you're gonna keep tracking, you're gonna keep trying. So you have more of a unique style that you're just controlling your aim, and that's what's better than dead zone. Other than that, dead zone just make the controller play for you. With low dead zone, you're gonna be playing more than the controller does, and that's what I always recommend, because if you let the controller do the job like aim assist all the time, then you're probably not gonna improve. And I always said that you're not gonna improve with this. You're gonna always have benefits with aim assist, and you're gonna feel that tracking is a bit not needed anymore, so you're gonna face a problem with your aim. Yeah, that's how the dead zone will leave an impact on your controller. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please, as I said, guys, support the channel, drop a like, and see you guys in the next one. Peace out.